Thanks for joining us tonight here on Arc Salt Lake. I'm Brian Schnee. It is Tuesday, July the 22nd. Tonight we're discussing some major changes in the Utah sports space and scenes, starting with the latest and greatest from the ballpark at America First Square. Dramatic. In honor of the Bees and Bees Week, we wanted to show you one of the best parts of the stadium. Besides being there, is being there and eating food. The Salt Lake Bees Stadium serves up classics like, your foot-long hot dogs, but this delicious starting lineup also includes inventive local and international cuisine. The new menu was developed by a team of professional chefs who wanted to honor the memory of the original recipes that were served at the old ballpark in downtown Salt Lake. Kristen Kenny is out at the park to show us exactly what you can eat this week.
Well, a whole week of Bees baseball and a whole week of getting some good grub. You're coming to a baseball game, you're going to get a hot dog. So we're going to talk about all the options here. I have some people to introduce you to. Of course, we have Bumble, who's ready to eat, right? Hungry Bumble, there we go. We have Dominic over here, who's in charge of food and beverage at the ballpark for years, and Chef Love, the culinary master. All right, gentlemen, Dom, I'm going to start with you. Because obviously we're talking about hot dogs. That's a staple dish when you come to a ballpark. What makes the dog here special?
Yeah, so obviously moving to Daybreak, South Jordan, we wanted to, it's more of an ode to tradition over at our old ballpark. So what's special about this dog here is Larry H. Miller and his wife Gail actually operated their own catering business out of the old ballpark for a long time. And so this recipe actually stands true. We've passed it along. We haven't changed anything. So this is actually the same dog you could get at the old ballpark here, same recipe, and we wanted to kind of keep that tradition going as well as kind of move into the future and where we are now. So it was always one of our best-selling items, so we couldn't move forward without it. So
that's a foot long right there. And you were telling me, can you give a little bit about the recipe that makes it unique?
Unfortunately, I can't, right? So that sauce is
secret sauce.
Is a very secret sauce. The only people that know are the two gentlemen behind me that operate the kitchen. So we've been told very specifically to not share that recipe with anyone.
Okay, guys, so I won't put you on the spot and ask you about that one. But now, Chef Love, you're in charge of making all of this look good, which it does, and taste good. But take me through a little bit of other options here that people can get. Obviously, the dog. And what else can we get here?
So what we have for you today is our chicken and waffle that's available at Home Plate Chicken. And it comes with a nice sugar pearl waffle and our house-made sriracha syrup.
Okay, hold on. You guys, did you hear that? That sounds delicious. I need to get in on that one. Okay, hold up. We'll go back to that. And then this one?
We wanted to offer something for our vegetarians, people who are more health conscious. And we have a hummus nacho that is featuring hummus, house-made tzatziki, olives, tomatoes, cucumbers, and a feta crumble.
Oh, my goodness. This is great. I didn't know you could go to a ballpark and get a healthy option. That's great.
We try to be different.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so it's morning. I think it's, 8:30 in the morning, and we got to try the chicken and waffles. I'm ready for this one. So do I need a fork and a knife?
It's optional.
Okay.
It's optional, but to really have the true experience, it's go at it with your hands. Bumble's had plenty of chicken and waffles.
Just go at it with our hands. All right, Here we go. We're going to do it. Bumble, here. You take one chicken. Okay, Chef Love, come over here and tell me a little bit about the flavors I'm going to taste here for this first bite. Do you want me to grab it like this?
Yes.
Like just go to town?
That, and you also have the option of a pickle, so you have
do
the
I need to
sweet,
add all
the
of it?
savory, and the salty.
Sweet, savory, salty. Ron, Mary.
All in one bite.
Perfect breakfast. Make sure you get this. Not too close. No. Oh, that is good. That is good. This is perfect. You guys need to have a morning game here.
We do, on Sundays.
Oh, what time is the game on Sundays?
Normally about 1 o'clock. We have a nice brunch going up in our clubs that we offer. You should come check us out one Sunday.
You just keep talking over there, and I'm going to keep all that. You guys take the mic.
We also feature different hamburgers and hot dogs for every home stand. So you have something unique to every homestand that you can only get during that homestand. So check out our social media. Make sure you follow the bees. Make sure you check us out, follow us, and come see us when it's time.
Okay, Chef Love, wait. I feel like I should just give you the mic this whole time.
So you can
I'm
keep
talking
eating.
with my mouth full here. I don't know how much time we have. I mean, you guys, Chef Love is amazing, right? How many years have you been here?
2 years in Salt Lake. I am born and raised from Jacksonville, Florida.
We were talking about that before, Florida connection, but
Oh, yeah.
this has got to be exciting, having this atmosphere, bees every night in this new ballpark.
It is. I'm enjoying the experience, and Salt Lake is starting to feel like home.
Love hearing that. Well, Chef Love, Dom, thank you so much. Bumble, thank you so much.
So that was from this morning on Arc Salt Lake. Couple things here. If you haven't been to a Bees game, they've always kind of done it right with food, but now they are definitely stepping it up a notch. I have never seen the chicken and waffles. Definitely getting that. If I can swing out to a game later this week, I will do so. But I'm jealous of what they have to offer there at the ballpark, because right now, KK was talking about 8:30 this morning. It is now 7:06 at night. It's like dinner time. I would have definitely gotten into those, if we were doing this evening, would have dove in pretty deep with the hot dog and the chicken and waffles. I would have given the vegan option to someone else, just saying. But they've got something for everybody. I'm requesting iced coffee there on a hot summer day. I would like that if I'm not in the mood to beverage elsewhere. Okay, so go to the Bees game. It is Bees week. We are moving on. The Jake Retzlaff transfer has been talk of the town. According to ESPN, Jake verbally committed to Tulane, private research university in New Orleans, Louisiana. Tulane spent more than a week vetting Retzlaff, including a review by the university's Title IX office of the case that led to his departure, or rather from his departure from BYU. Retzlaff withdrew from BYU after facing a 7-game suspension related to a violation of the school's honor code. That suspension stemmed from allegations of sexual assault, which were later dismissed by a civil lawsuit, and BYU's strict policy prohibiting premarital sex, a rule Retzlaff admitted to violating. Due to the circumstances of his departure, Retzlaff was unable to enter the traditional NCAA transfer portal and will technically join Tulane as a walk-on. Some more Utah sports news here. Tiger Woods, behind the shades, normally wearing that Sunday red, visited Park City to see the progress on his own mountain course, which is under development at Marcella Club. Woods has had his own golf course design firm, TGR Design. They posted last night saying the team had a productive design visit at the Utah club. Tiger said on his socials he personally walked the site to see the new sod installed on several holes and directed exact shaping for the final holes that are under construction. Always wonder if he actually tweets himself. This is the first mountain course the firm has ever produced. The original estimation of completion was vague. All we know is that it is expected to open at some point this year, with more than half the sod in place and Woods' stamp of approval. Mr. Kelly and I might have to take a full review before fall. We just got to make a phone call to get on there. It's probably a little difficult right now. Anyone watching that's got that ability, just send me a message. Big news for Utah soccer. Miller Sports Plus Entertainment expanding the ownership group of RSL Football Holdings, bringing in several well-known Utah investors. Some of Utah's most prominent business leaders: Matt Hawkins of Waystar, Built CEO Nick Greer, Traeger CEO Jeremy Andrews, and the Berman family, joining forces with the Millers to support Real Salt Lake, Utah Royals, and developmental teams. The group says this is about more than just soccer. It's about community, youth development, and building something lasting for Utah. And with the new finances, the club says they intend to invest in facilities and programs, ensuring Utah remains a national soccer powerhouse. RSL currently in its 21st Major League season. Also a good time to get out to a game in Sandy. Looking ahead to Pioneer Day, when you will be able to enjoy a slice of pie and a pint of beer at Smith's Ballpark. What's happening there? It's all part of the annual Pie and Beer Day. Just missing baseball, apparently. Salt Lake City leaders say this year's celebration will feature over 8,000 slices of pie, from savory to sweet, 20 local bakeries, 20 local breweries taking part in this year's festivities. Tickets to the pie and beer event are only $5 a person. Got to do some live TV from there, right? As we mentioned, it is Bees Week. If you didn't catch the gist earlier, all this week, special guests. Chase will have your first pitch forecast. Team is at home this week in South Jordan, taking on the Albuquerque Isotopes. They're on KMYU right now, while a lot of you are watching on KJazz. If you can't make it out to the ballpark at America First Square, you can watch the games. You see them there on the schedule, all on KMYU. Coming up on Arc Salt Lake, speeding and serious parking congestion. Provo City says it's getting better. Why residents say otherwise. People living near Slate Canyon Road in Provo say there's frequent speeding on the residential street. Others that live elsewhere in other residential areas probably can relate. Now, the city says they have taken steps and that those steps are making a difference. But has this created new problems? Natalie Wattis in Provo with the latest.
About a year ago, they put up those no parking overnight signs and speed limit signs. What do you think of those?
If they enforce the speed limit, that'd be great. And I don't know why you can't park in front of your own house at night.
According to the city of Provo, 2,200 cars drive along Slate Canyon Drive every day. And the city says on average, people drive nearly 10 miles over the posted speed limit. In June of 2024, the city put up "Your Speed" driver feedback signs and banned overnight parking to try to control not only the congestion.
The hopes of that was to also control the occupancy. What we have is we have more people living in the home than what should be that are unrelated single folks. If we can control the parking, we can help control the occupancy.
The city's traffic manager wants to check data in another year to see if these signs actually slowed the speeding rates here. But the city's parking division reports that the ban on overnight parking has led to a reduction in resident complaints, from 26 complaints before the signs to just 4 since they went up. But some who live along the road told me this has caused new problems.
I know that there are a lot of houses up the road where people have rented to like 7 or 8 students and they've all got cars, and maybe that's a problem. But if I have family come over, what are they supposed to park clear down the road at the church? It's stupid.
Waters says people like his neighbors, a multi-car family, have also had issues with this.
I let them park in my driveway at night because otherwise they have to take a half-mile hike.
He suggests the city should issue resident stickers so they're allowed to park in front of their own homes.
I just want to be able to park in front of my house overnight if I want to. It's stupid that you can't park in front of your own property.
The traffic division is also recommending to the city to give the data from those speed signs to the police department for traffic enforcement purposes. In Provo, Natalie Wattis, KUTV 2 News.
Well, traffic enforcement is up in the summer, and we got an inside look a few weeks ago with Sergeant Jeremy McKenzie, the star of the recent Ride with the Hive episodes. Not exactly traffic related, but we talked about his workday featured in the video. A woman approaches him while he's working on enforcement operations. These are different enforcement than traffic, by the way. This would be drug enforcement, fentanyl enforcement, a little different. But you know, it was a good moment here where she asks him for a ride to a local treatment center. He immediately accepted the opportunity to get that woman on a path to recovery by taking the first step, asking for help. You can find that whole interview on our YouTube page and KUTV.com. And also, you can find the 0.5 episode that the Ride with the Hive shared with our conversation. So it's on 2 different places. Utah Department of Public Safety has it there. All right, let's get to your weather with meteorologist Chase Thomason. Has our first alert forecast.
It's been a hot day, but temperatures still about 5 degrees below normal. So that's a win. That's the silver lining, is that we're supposed to be in the mid-90s in Salt Lake and the low triple digits in St. George. So somewhat of a cooler day out there. Look at the 80s out in Nevada today. Heber only a high of 87 and 89 degrees for our friends up in Logan. Wind speeds have calmed down just a notch for most of Utah. Still a little gusty at times, near 20 miles an hour, but we're seeing winds up to 30 miles per hour in southwestern Wyoming with the low humidity. We are under red flag warnings for critical fire danger. This will be expiring though shortly, though, as those winds will relax after sunset and humidity will be increasing. Also tracking a couple very isolated thunderstorms this evening across far northern and northwestern Utah, mainly in Idaho. But something that I'm watching for later tonight is to our west. Any evening plans, you're going to be just fine up and down the Wasatch Front and really statewide. But if these showers get closer to us, that'll happen shortly around midnight or after. Probably not going to see a whole lot of rain. There's just a really dry atmosphere, but they could produce gusty, erratic winds. So just make sure you have all your patio furniture secured for tonight. The best chance to see those gusty winds will be in Tooele, Salt Lake City, and north. Now, as we head into tomorrow, though, another very sunny day. A couple clouds bubbling up out in eastern Utah. Just enough moisture to maybe spark up a stray thunderstorm. Again, near the Idaho border. If you're at Bear Lake, just keep that in mind. 1 or 2 storms possible, but rain chances are still pretty low for your Wednesday. Temperatures for tonight cooling off into the upper 60s. You can open up those windows with that drier air. Not a bad night. Look at Heber at 49, 55 in Park City. We'll be dipping down into the 50s in central Utah tonight, and St. George coming in at 72 degrees. Back into the mid to upper 90s for tomorrow, which again is about 5 degrees below normal, and we'll make it back into the low 90s up and down the Wasatch Front with some upper 80s in central Utah. A couple clouds bubbling up in the afternoon. afternoon, but lots of sunshine, so wear your sunscreen. And as we head into Pioneer Day, it's looking pretty pleasant, especially for the parade at 9 a.m. 78 degrees, but it will get pretty toasty towards the end of the parade as you approach 10 or 11 o'clock. It'll be a quick warm-up. We'll climb into the mid-90s, though, by 4 o'clock. There may be a stray mountain thunderstorm, so keep that in mind if you have any evening plans, though, on Thursday. But for those fireworks and drone shows, should have clear skies by 9 o'clock with temperatures in the mid-80s, so pretty pleasant night. High pressure is slowly coming our way, so by the weekend and early next week, we're going to feel that warmer weather, but there's a potential change in the pattern. If this high parks itself closer to the Four Corners, we could see some monsoon moisture stream into the desert southwest and maybe here in Utah in about 8 or 9 days, so stay tuned. Enjoy the upper 90s in St. George through Saturday. Could get a little gusty at times Friday and Saturday, but those temperatures climb back above normal beginning on Monday with maybe an isolated thunderstorm next Wednesday and Thursday. And you can see that on that +2. Low 90s for the next few days in Salt Lake. Then we're in the mid-90s over the weekend. Pretty quiet weather. Upper 90s, our hottest days will be Monday and Tuesday.
I'll look at what's trending tonight. An 11-year-old girl just did something few adults have ever done or care to do, but she climbed the tallest mountains in the lower 48 states.
Rainier, Wyoming, Gannett Peak, Utah, Kings Peak.
Yeah, Kings Peak is pretty high. I've always wanted to do it too, so you know anyone that can make sure I keep my breath at that elevation, I'm in. Madison Herrick says she did every hike with her dad as a way to spend time together. It took more than 2 years, but they climbed their last mountain this weekend. Madison says she hopes to climb Mount Kilimanjaro and Denali next. This was a big one. Metalheads across the world are mourning the loss of the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne.
Take me in, I don't remember what I have to do.
Oh man, what a character. That was the legend and his wife singing kind of something. Take me out to the ball game, maybe. That was during the 7th inning stretch, August 17th, 2003. So on social media, the British rocker's family said he died Tuesday morning, surrounded by his loving family. His cause of death has not been shared. Osbourne launched his career as the frontman of the band that would become Black Sabbath. That was in 1968. He later went solo, did a lot of other stuff, as you see him there. During his career, he made several stops in Utah. Bark at the Moon Tour, 1984. I would have loved to be around for that. See you tomorrow night.